What's up, Saints? I'm Hyatt Lindquist.
And I'm Riley Schwab.
And this is SFHS Today. In national news, a gunman was discovered just 400 yards away from presidential candidate Donald Trump. The armed man was identified as Ryan Wesley Ruth, who has voiced distaste for Trump in the past, despite previously voting for him. U.S. Secret Service began firing on the man after spotting a muzzle poking out of thick brush. He then proceeded to flee to an SUV, leaving behind an AK-style rifle along with a scope for said firearm and 2 backpacks. This now marks the second attempt to be made on Donald Trump's life in the past 5 months.
In local news, debate is firing up again. After previously losing a coach, the team was in a rough spot. But no fear, Mark Toole stepped up to the plate. We sent Quinn and her team out to get some more info.
Hi, I'm Kennedy.
I'm Quinn.
And I'm Tyler. And we got the scoop on the new debate team.
What are some challenges with becoming the new debate coach?
Well, I've spent a lot of my life being a speech and debate coach. I've actually had about 20 years of debate coaching experience. The challenge is I kind of retired from it a few years ago.
How long have you been in debate for?
So I've been in debate since my 8th grade year, so this will be my 4th year on debate.
This is my 4th year of debate.
We've had 2 practices. It's going great. The kids are adjusting very well. They know how to argue.
I'm most excited for starting to compete again.
Why did you decide to take over?
It became kind of clear that we weren't going to find another debate coach, and I value kids learning to speak and express themselves. I think it's one of the best activities there is in terms of how a student might prepare for college.
I'm excited to try out new events. We've switched from doing policy to Lincoln Douglas Public Forum in Congress, so I'm excited to move from partner to solo debate and to see how our debate team does this year.
And that's all we got for you this week, Saints. Now back to Maine.
Thanks, guys.
In more national news, pop star and famous artist Sean Diddy Combs was taken into custody again for a multitude of charges, the worst of which including racketeering and sex trafficking. The music mogul is currently awaiting trial where he could face life in prison. In more local news, the vote for St. Francis School Board is just around the corner on November 5th. We strongly recommend taking the opportunity to get to know more about our nominees. And what better of a chance than tonight from 7 to 8:30 in the SFHS Performing Arts Center. Have you ever thought about starting a business? Well, you're definitely not alone. In fact, there's an active entrepreneur in our high school. Jazzy went out and got more.
Our garden.
When did you guys start it?
So this is our 2nd year doing it, and normally we would start during like winter in the garage and just have it all planted so they can start growing and start. So when we plant them in, they just already start to grow and start blooming and stuff.
Wait, so what happened when winter starts?
So before like winter starts, during fall, we'll cut down all of them, and for the dahlias here, we'll dig out the tubers, and then we'll put them into boxes with pea moss in, so they can stay hydrated to keep lasting throughout the winter.
How many times you have to water those flowers?
So we have a sprinkler system that pretty much waters them, I believe, every morning. They look like that right there.
Ooh.
When we're out here cutting flowers and they are on, we do our best to ignore them or to get out of the way so we don't get wet.
Is that tree real or no?
No, this is a fake tree. It's handmade by my dad.
Handmade? How long did it take?
Like probably 2 weeks. This is where we sell our flowers. So we cut flowers and put them into vases, and then we just pretty much sell them. Sometimes when we're not out here because of school, we have them over here, and we also have a little money box.
So do you get like customers here often or no?
Yeah, we do pretty much. Normally the weekends we get more, but I think because fall is coming, there's not a lot of people this weekend coming to go buy these, because normally we would have a lot of flowers cut out, and then they would be gone by the end of the day. I mean, yeah, I guess if you before we cut down all these flowers, before fall rolls in, come and check us out. Come buy flowers, book photo shoot opportunities. And yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Blooming job, Jazzy.
In even more local news, the homecoming dance is this Saturday. Snazzy Snyder got all dressed up to give you a sneak peek on what he wore and will be wearing for the rest of the week.
I'm Snazzy Snyder, and here are your themes for the week.
Today is grade color day, Tuesday is pajama day, Wednesday is teacher-student swap day, Thursday is Hawaiian day, and Friday is Saints Day. So we're doing the Saints Time volleyball again for the grades, so it's going to be the freshmen and juniors, sophomores, seniors, winners versus winners, and then winners versus teachers.
My DECA 2 students and DECA club members are hoping to get into the lunchroom next week during homecoming week and offer you some great Saints Pride items. Most of our items are like $1 to $5. It's super affordable. Some items that we have to offer you are these beads, some white and blue lays. Did you know we have lanyards in here? We have little pom-poms too. And of course, we are #1 foam fingers. Okay, come on with me over here. And there's a few more products that you can grab in the DECA dugout. We have little SF stickers. We have something for your car, like a decal. And we have more items, which you probably can't see this on the film, but it says Go Fighting Saints as well if you wanted to add this to your car. We have tumblers if you need to stay warm at the football game, and even a nice blanket for sale, amongst all these beautiful clothing items.
Looking good, Gavin. And with that, we'll send it over to sports.
What's going on, Saints? I'm Trinity.
And I'm Melissa.
And this is Sports.
In worldwide news, Dixon and Dima Mariga, the man who allegedly killed Rebecca Cheptegei, an Olympic runner for Uganda, has also died from injuries during the altercation.
In local news, it's homecoming week, and we kicked off this week with a pep fest in the gym yesterday in the traditional guy-girl dance. On the field, the St. Francis football varsity team played their second conference game of the season against Sauk Rapid Rice last Friday. The game resulted in a score of 14-28.
Speaking of football, Trinity, you've probably heard of the new varsity football team by David Downs, but for those of you who haven't, we've got all the information you need on this week's Rookie of the Week.
Alright, what's your name?
David Downs.
When did you start playing football?
I started playing football in 2nd grade.
What was your first varsity experience as a freshman like?
It was pretty nerve-wracking. It was an away game, and there's a lot of people there.
Alright, and what are you looking forward to for the rest of your season?
Getting more playing time and just having fun.
Alright.
Continuing with our homecoming theme, Jossie is back this week under the tutelage of Jacob Walter and Will Ramley, where she and Rachel will be learning how to play tackle football. I don't have the greatest confidence Will is the right guy to ask for this, but we'll throw it over to them for more.
What's going on, guys? I'm Jacob Walter.
And I'm Will.
Where'd Jacob go?
Unnecessary roughness!
And this is tackle football. Girls edition.
1, get lower than them, and brace at the hip.
Let's give it a go.
Step 2, wrap them and drive your feet.
Here we go. Oh.
Step 3, finish the tackle.
Oh no. Touchdown time.
Yeah! Now throwing it back to sports.
Jeez, Torsen, put those girls on the field.
This upcoming football game is not only homecoming, but also the infamous Battle for the Paddle game.
Alyssa, what even is Battle for the Paddle?
I'm not totally sure, Trinity. Good thing Hyatt and his team went out to tell us more.
Thanks, guys. I'm heading to the activities office right now, where we're going to interview St. Francis's very own Joan Johnson. We're later going to talk to Chris Lindquist and 2 Cambridge SANY head coaches. Let's get it.
The history of that, my understanding is that it's been a long-standing tradition where St. Francis and Cambridge SANY have for years were in the same conference, and now there's district football, so it's a little bit different, but they've had the opportunity to kind of battle each other and been a big rivalry, not only in geography, but in competitiveness. And so I don't know what year the actual paddle itself was put together, but it's kind of a fun little traveling trophy that, the guys get really excited about, and it brings a lot more intensity, I think, to that week. And rivalries are always fun.
Well, I think Cambridge and St. Francis have been playing each other for a very long time. And when Coach Lindquist came in, he proposed this idea to have a trophy game.
The Battle for the Paddle is a rivalry trophy game.
Battle for the Paddle has been a tradition for the last 15 years. It's a football tradition.
At one point when I was the head coach, our superintendent and our AD, Troy Ferguson and Jeff Fink, came up with this idea to have a rivalry game with Cambridge, and created this this paddle by an alumnus of St. Francis and a community member of St. Francis, and the tradition began.
Since the tradition began in 2014, the current record is 8-2 in St. Francis's favor. We hopefully reclaim the paddle from Blue Jacket hands this Friday at home for our homecoming. That's all I have for you. Now back to sports.
Thanks, I think I get it now.
That's all we have for you this week, Saints.
Now back to Maine.
Thanks, guys.
And to end off the third show of the 2024-25 school year, Owen, and Log went out and asked students this week's RQT.
It's the random question thing. Ding!
Hey Saints, I'm Log.
And I'm Owen.
And I'm Owen.
And this week we went out and interviewed staff and students on their guilty pleasure song. Stay tuned.
Hey, yo, Baron, what's your guilty pleasure song? Love by Keisha Cole.
Wash by Bon Iver.
Paranoid by Rio.
It's Material Girl by Madonna.
Snooze by SZA.
I think One Kiss by Dua Lipa. Bust Your Windows by Jasmine Sullivan.
There you go.
You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift for sure, bro.
There you go. What's your guilty pleasure song?
I'm gonna have to go with Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. That song just rocks.
What you on?
Love Story by Taylor Swift. I jam out to it.
Finish off and go with Justin Timberlake, Mirrors. That's all we got for this week's RQT. Now back to Maine.
Thanks, boys.
And that's all the news we have for you this week.
Stay safe, Saints.